Dear children, welcome to today's class. We know that electrons revolve around the nucleus of the atom in different shells. Have you ever thought how these electrons are arranged in shells? Today, let us study about the arrangement of electrons in various shells. The distribution of electrons in various shells is known as electronic configuration. The distribution of electrons in different shells around the nucleus of the atom of an element is called the electronic configuration. As said already, electrons revolve around the nucleus in imaginary paths called orbits or shells. The orbit closest to the nucleus is called the first orbit, the next orbit is called the second orbit, and so on. Each of these shells contain different number of electrons depending upon the amount of energy associated with them. The shell closest to the nucleus has the lowest amount of energy and hence contains the least number of electrons. There are certain rules to be followed for writing the number of electrons in different energy levels. Starting from the nucleus, the shells are designated as K, L, M, N and so on. The shell nearest to the nucleus is the lowest energy shell and contains the least number of electrons. The energy of the shells increases as we go outwards. K shell, the shell nearest to the nucleus. So K shell is the shell nearest to the nucleus, is the lowest energy shell and contains the least number of electrons. The Bohr-Bury scheme gives the rules to be followed for the electronic configuration of elements. The maximum number of electrons in each shell is determined by a formula 2n square where n is the number of shell. This 2n square is known as Bohr-Bury scheme as it was given by scientists Bohr and Bury. Based on this 2n square, let us see the number of electrons that each shell can accommodate. Here you have the table. K shell, the first shell is the K shell which is very close to the nucleus. There where n equal to 1. You know n is the number of energy shells. Since K is the first shell, n equal to 1. Therefore, according to the formula 2n square, 2 into n square. N is 1, therefore 1 square equal to 2 into 1, that is equal to 2. So, the maximum number of electrons in K shell is 2. Same way, for L shell, it is the second shell. Then what will be the number of shell? N equal to 2. And the maximum number of electrons in L shell is 2 into 2 square, that's equal to 2 into 4, which is equal to 8. Third shell is M shell, therefore N equal to 3. And based on the formula 2n square, the maximum number of electrons in M shell is 18. It means that the third shell can accommodate a maximum number of 18 electrons only. Then coming to the fourth shell, which is the fourth shell N. Since it is the fourth shell, N equal to 4, and based on the formula 2n square, its total number of electrons equal to 32. 2 into 4 square, that's equal to 2 into 16 equal to 32. So we got the maximum number of electrons that each shell can accommodate. The maximum number of electrons in K shell equal to 2, L shell equal to 8, M shell equal to 18 and N shell equal to 32. Let us study the second rule. Filling of electrons starts from the K shell. Electrons are not accommodated in a given shell unless the inner shells are filled. That is, the shells are filled in a stepwise manner. Filling of electrons starts from the innermost K shell. Only when the inner shells are full, electrons will be accommodated in the next level. We know that the maximum number of electrons that K shell can accommodate is 2. When the K shell is completely filled with the 2 electrons, then the remaining electrons will move to the L shell. When the L shell is completely filled with 8 electrons, then only the electrons move to the M shell and so on. The outermost shell of an atom is called the valence shell. The electrons in the valence shell are called the valence electrons. The electrons in the valence shell are known as valence electrons. The valence shell of an atom cannot accommodate more than 8 electrons even if its capacity is small. This rule is known as the octet rule. It means the valence shell of an atom can accommodate only 8 electrons. This is known as the octet rule. In case of atoms that have only one shell, the valence shell cannot accommodate more than 2 electrons. This is called duplet rule. For example, hydrogen and helium have only one shell, that is the K shell. And K shell can accommodate only 2 electrons, not more than 2 electrons. This is called duplet rule. In case of atoms that have only one shell, the valence shell cannot accommodate more than 2 electrons. This rule is known as the duplet rule. Let us study the structure of some atoms. First we have carbon atom. The atomic number of carbon is 6. It means that it has 6 electrons. Let us see how these 6 electrons are arranged in different shells. The electrons will be first accommodated in K shell. The first shell, K shell. It can accommodate a maximum of 2 electrons. So those 2 electrons will be there in K shell. The remaining 4 electrons will be there in L shell. Therefore, its electronic configuration is equal to 2, 4. 2 electrons in the K shell and the remaining 4 electrons in the L shell. Now let us see the structure of carbon atom. First, we have the nucleus. We have to draw the nucleus. First, it contains protons and neutrons. Now, we have 6 electrons in carbon atoms. How can we arrange these electrons? Already we know that the electronic configuration is 2, 4. So, the 2 electrons are there in K shell. You can see the 2 electrons in K shell. 1, 2. Then the remaining 4 electrons in L shell. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is the structure of carbon atom. Here lies the structure of aluminium atom. Atomic number is given as 13. Its atomic number is 13. Therefore, total number of electrons equal to 13. And the electrons are arranged in K shell with 2 electrons, L shell with 8 electrons and M shell with 3 electrons. Therefore, the electronic configuration is 2, 8, 3. Let us see the structure of phosphorus and sulfur. See, here it is written phosphorus, P, simple is P, atomic number 15, mass number 31. We don't want the mass number for the time being. We need only the atomic number. So, atomic number 15 means how many electrons are there? 15 electrons are there. Let us see how these 15 electrons are arranged. In which shell the electrons will be filled first? In K shell. So, how many electrons are there in K shell? 2 electrons. It can accommodate maximum 2 electrons only. That is why it is written as 2. Then, after filling this, electrons will move to the L shell. L shell can accommodate a maximum of 8 electrons. So, that also is filled. Then remaining, how many electrons are there? 2 plus 8, 10. It has total 15 electrons. 10 electrons are filled in K and L shell. The remaining 5 electrons are there. These 5 electrons will be there in M shell. Therefore, what is its electronic configuration? The electronic configuration of phosphorus is 2, 8, 5. Let us see the structure. First, we draw the nucleus. Nucleus is drawn here. Then K shell we have 2 electrons, 1, 2. Then L shell, how many electrons are there? 8 electrons are there in L shell. You can see the distribution of 8 electrons in L shell. Okay. Then the remaining 5 electrons are there in M shell. Here for phosphorus, M is the valence shell. The outermost shell of an atom is known as the valence shell. Therefore, M is the valence shell of phosphorus. It has 5 electrons. Then move to sulfur. What is the atomic number of sulfur? The atomic number of sulfur is 16. Then what will be the electronic configuration? First, K shell is filled with 2 electrons. Then L shell is filled with 8 electrons. Then the remaining 6 electrons are there in M shell. Okay, and you can see the structure of a sulfur atom. 2 electrons in K shell, 8 electrons in L shell and 6 electrons in M shell. Let us study the structure of potassium atom. Here it is given the atomic number of potassium 19. Therefore, it has total 19 electrons. How can we write the electronic configuration? 2 electrons in K shell, then 8 electrons in L shell. Then we write M shell with 8 electrons and N shell with 1 electron. And the configuration becomes 2, 8, 8, 1. What do you feel? You may be thinking, the third shell, M shell, can accommodate maximum 18 electrons. Then why it is written as 8? Why can't we write 9? Yes, I'll clear your doubt. See, a potassium atom has 19 electrons. Okay. So, first shell takes up 2 electrons. Second shell takes up 8 electrons. Then third shell can accommodate the remaining 9 electrons. Because according to Bohr-Bury scheme 2n square, maximum electrons in M shell is 18. But we have studied about the octet rule, no? What is it? Yes, the valence shell can accommodate only 8 electrons. If I write the electronic configuration of potassium as 2, 8, 9, 9 is the M is the valence shell. 9 electrons are there in the valence shell. Which is the valence shell then? M is the valence shell. Isn't it? According to octet rule, the valence shell can accommodate a maximum of only 8 electrons. Therefore, M shell cannot accommodate 9 electrons since it is the valence shell. That is why the electrons will move to N shell and its configuration becomes 2, 8, 8, 1. Okay. The same is the calcium atom also. You can see the electronic configuration of calcium atom is 2, 8, 8, 2. Today we studied the electronic configuration of atoms. I hope you understood how to write the electronic configuration of atoms. Let us wind up today's session. Thank you.